Hello everyone. So we just came back from Marrakesh holiday for 7 days, and I just wanted to make this video. Just to go through our Marrakesh haul. There's not a lot of information out there on the internet to how much you should pay and how you should negotiate in the souks. So that's why I pretty much wanted to make this video. If you are flying with Ryanair, when you come back from Marrakesh, you actually need to print out your boarding pass. So that's my first recommendation if you are flying from Marrakesh. Let's get right into it. This is our all the stuff we bought in Marrakesh during our 7 days holidays. And my sister Asta, she's on the camera duty today. Sagun, my wife, she's just having a glass of wine just beside me. And we're going to go right into our Marrakesh haul. And don't judge me for drinking, because we've missed drinking for 7 days while we are at Marrakesh. Cheers. First thing we did was we bought this luggage. The seller asked for 300 dirhams, which is like 30 euros. And I think we bought it off 250 dirhams, right? So that's about 25 euros. So that's our first purchase in Marrakesh. Alright, let's open this up. Right, so Asta decided to buy a leather bag. Seller asked for, I think, 600 dirham. 600 dirham. And I think we negotiated this up to, I think it was 350. And I think 350 was I would say a good price to pay for a leather bag of this quality. There you go. I think you will see this all over the souks, all over the square, and it was 150 dirham. Not much negotiation on this, because I think that was like a fairly good price for cactus silk cushions cover, right? And that's what they look like. That's the second one, and that's the fourth one. I think initially the seller wanted to sell this for 250 dirham each, which is about 25 euros each. We ended up negotiating down to 100 dirham, so that's like 10 euros each for 4 of them. So 100 dirham each, so that's 400 dirham. Also fairly cheap, and these are all handmade. Oh, can you show this? These are really nice. I really like it. What do you guys think? What do you think, Sogan? So handcrafted. They actually asked for these are very random. In some places they asked for like 2000 dirham, and some even like a rocks. During our trip we went to a rock store and they actually said 3000 dirhams. So the prices actually is like very fluctuating in this world. But the guy asked for 1000 dirham for this, and we ended up buying this for 450 dirhams. So that's 45 euros, and I would say that's a really good price for the cactus silk, and especially if it's handmade, it's really nice. So if you want to hide something and if you want to make it tricky to open it, this is what you get. So you have a false dot here, and you have to press it here to open it. And I actually bought these 3 of them, 1 here, 2, and the third one is here. And I think I paid about 220 dirhams for all 3 of these. Nice. And we bought these scarves because we're going into desert and we needed something to cover our face, and these were like 50 dirham. Someone, do you remember how much you paid for your bamboo? For bamboo combs it was 25 dirham. I've got two of those. Yeah, what else? Oh, the pashminas. These are 100% pashminas. So I wouldn't really like them, so did Asta. And the lady initially wanted, I think, 120 dirham for this. And we bought 4 of these. And for each piece we paid 60 dirham. So 6 euros for 100% pashminas. 2 and 3. Butcher in the pronunciation for this. But these are the shoes which are very famous when you go to Morocco, and these are all pure leathers. And for this they wanted 150 dirham, and we ended up paying 80 dirham. So 80 euros for these. Kaftans, that's what we call them. They can be used for I don't know, 90s. For 90s we bought 2 of these. Asla, do you remember how much these were?
50 each?
I think 150 for each of these trousers. So that's like 15 euros for each of these. But we ended up paying 130 euros for 2 of these. And I like this so much, I bought another pair as well. So this is also a trouser with the
Top.
with the top, and I think it was like they started for 200 dirhams, and I didn't negotiate a lot on this because that was my first day when I bought this. And for these two, for the pair I ended up paying 150 dirham. Pure machine pressed argan oil. A lot of locals were buying them off the, like the spice shops where they grind all the spices, and we ended up buying the pure argan oil. And for this bottle it was 40 dirham, and because all the locals were buying them, we thought we should buy it as well. On the duty free, and these were 15 euro each, so 150 dirham for, so 300 dirham for 2 of these. And we did pay a lot on this just because we bought it off on a duty free. So we ended up buying some perfumes. It was 20 dirham, which was 2 euros, and I just wanted to try it, and I got so impressed, and it lasted all day. I ended up buying buying a lot of them because it was really good. So I bought this one. I paid 50 dirham for these, which is your Tom Ford Bitter Peach, and I bought 50 dirham for a wood one, which it smells really good, and it lasts a lot longer as well. Very impressed with this. And ladies bought some of the other ones, 5 of them in total, and it was only 20 so 100 dirham, so 10 euros for 5 bottles. I would say that's a very good deal. The story with this was because we got wowed as soon as we saw this and with these patterns, and the seller just said 400 dirham. So he started negotiating from 400 dirhams, and we got it down to 135. And we didn't negotiate it a lot because we really Sogun really liked this, and I liked it really as well. So 135 for 1, so for 2, so 135 times 2, and 270 dirhams for 2 of them. So there are a couple of recommendations I would give you to kind of get a better deal when you are traveling to Marrakesh or in Medinas. So the first one is, I think that's my rule, which is not to buy anything on the first day. I know everything's a bit overwhelming, and you would see a lot of stuff you would like because you will not see that anywhere else, and you would want to see that specific to Marrakesh, Medina. And I would personally say that's the advice that I give myself as well. On the first day, refrain to buy anything because you'd rather buy something with a much more informed information later on your holidays. So on the second advice I would say is don't be afraid to say no. You can always walk away from a deal and la shukran, and just move away from like buying anything. Do not commit to anything. So that's second. And third, don't be afraid to ask prices to the vendors. And a lot of vendors are very welcoming, and they're always welcome to like good chat. They will always want to know you, where you are from, and how's your day been, and whether if it's your first day in Marrakesh, and how you just a general conversation. So when you're having this general conversation, don't be afraid to ask price for this or that, and you can do that to a couple, like in a couple of shops. So that kind of gives you a bit of idea on how much something should cost. And if someone is trying to hike up the price like 40% or 400%, and you can get the difference if you just ask around in a couple of shops. And I would say another advice is be assertive, be confident. I think don't let them know that this is your first rodeo, and this is not your first time in Marrakesh. Just be confident, really. And I also, if you really want to know like how much everything costs, you can always go back to like assemble artisan. I think that's what it's called, and you can kind of get the fixed price there, and you can kind of get the idea on how much it should cost. So those are kind of advice. And finally, I think the main advice I can give you is don't be afraid to explore Medina. I know the initial part just near the square, you already have like overwhelming number of souks in there, but don't be afraid to go further down, starting from square all the way to I think it's called Ben Yusuf Madrasa. So don't be afraid to walk all the way up there, and you will see a lot of souks there where they actually make all their stuff there. So if it's a leather bag, you will see people actually making the leather bags there. So don't be afraid to ask the guy who's making the leather bag, saying how much it costs and how much, like they will give you a fairly good price. So if you want to buy fabrics, you've got master artisan fabric workers there. If you want to buy something copper, metal, you've got people who are working on a metal on a daily basis. So you can just explore further into souks and try to start a conversation and maybe buy a few things. And don't be afraid, as far as with my experience, the Moroccan hospitality is one of the best hospitality you'll get in all over the world. So don't be afraid to go out there and just kind of enjoy the souks. And those are my advice to you to get the best out of Marrakesh, Medina. Thank you.